So this clown and king of all deceivers who heads the National Assembly, no other than Akpabio, was nowhere to be found as Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan made her triumphant entry into the Senate for the plenary. Was it by coincidence? I doubt. Hardly. It is not possible. This is the same man who presided over her unjust suspension by that corrupt Senator Godswill Akpabio from Edo State, the man that may never return to that Senate for the rest of his life, silencing one of the few bold female voices in the chamber. And it pained me that Senator Ireti Kingibe of the Labour Party, that we love so much, supported that shenanigan they carried out. This is very, very bad. And now they've resumed after 2 months of break. Now that she is back, standing tall, unbroken, and more determined than ever, the self-styled Senate president is suddenly absent. Or is he frolicking with another lady who has probably allowed him to have access to the bottom? I can't say. I didn't see that. Proverbs don't lie. The wicked flee when no one pursues them. Akpabio's absence isn't just physical. It is symbolic. How could they think Nigerians now put the two together? You know, say this is not be in the fear to pass where the woman dey. So as they resume, enough you look the woman eyes, and then of course people say the guy he gets stroke. Maybe they not choice stroke. Now sabi the money they don't steal, rich and take solve the stroke problem. You know, so it smells of guilt. It smells of fear, as if he's a coward and political, cowardice. You can run from a session, but you can't hide from accountability. And now the clown, for wherever he is telling the Senate that they should be accountable to Nigeria. When have they been accountable to Nigerians? He himself, that he suspended the whole senator representing the central for 6 months, 180 days. Is that not evil? Natasha's return is justice in motion, and this time the chamber is watching. So are Nigerians. Otherwise, how else do you explain Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan walking boldly back into the red chamber, and suddenly Akpabio remembers he has an urgent matter somewhere to attend? Is he frolicking under that thing like I said earlier? How convenient. The same man who masterminded a 6 months exile from the Senate has now vanished like smoke at the scent of accountability. Let's be honest, this isn't a Senate session, it is a plot twist. And in this Nollywood of governance that we have in Nigeria, a dance of shame that they always exhibit, Akpabio has gone from the bad guy, the boss, as we would always say in movies, to missing cast member. Someone go and check, because the other time he went to Geneva and he was shaking hands with diplomat there as if he is a democratic person. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, he operates with tyranny in the assembly, where they say people worship him like he is a god on earth when he takes them to his chapel in his house. What an irony. Odumodu Black, his much anticipated album, is finally out, featuring about 20 or 24 tracks. And in this album, he featured in one of the tracks, he featured Davido and Seun Kuti, and in another one he featured Wizkid. Now Daniel Regha came out and called them out viciously. He says on Twitter, and I read, Davido and Seun Kuti were in a song and couldn't make it work due to lazy songwriting. Odumodu not being a serious artist is one thing. However, any of these artists featured should have at least revived the track. Davido did nothing, which isn't really surprising since he is mostly known for rhymes and vibes. But he failed on dash counts. Seun, on the other, only said a few lines that is not different from nursery rhymes. Truth be told, secondary school students can come up with much better lyrics if this was made into an open verse. The only good thing about this collabo was, of course, the Southeast inspired, I think Afrobeat, and it was watered down to almost nothing, and so he said he's going to give it 1.5/10. No offense, this is diabolical. Daniel Regha finished them. If not that I know these people, ordinarily with this kind of review I probably will not want to listen to this song. But now moving on. So a Twitter user who go by the name Giant says and reacts to Daniel Regha's attack. Wizkid no dey impress you, Burna Boy no dey impress you, Davido sef no dey impress you. Na Ngbas masquerade song you suppose dey vibe to, oh Regha. Yeah, this person was just trying to say that Daniel Regha is the kind of person that will criticize everybody. And you know, there was one time I once criticized Daniel Regha for calling out, you know, Jarvis and Pella. But at the same time, I also looked at it that, yes, I looked at it from the balanced perspective and said that, yes, Daniel Regha dey right. Most of all these people say they dey fuck up. So he get right to call them out. And all these Nigerian artists, they be big fuck up. They just dey perform nonsense and people dey vibe to the songs. That's why they know they do well. But now, to take this thing more seriously, say what you will about Daniel Regha, but at least he says what most are too scared to admit. His critique and criticism of the Davido Seun Kuti Odumodu track may sound harsh, but e didn't lie now. Make we dey talk the truth for Nigeria. Na wetin dey kill us. That's how our music industry no really dey grow as e for grow. For a collaboration wey big reach like this and this caliber of people, expectations dey high, e dey sky high, and you know what we got felt, you know, rushed and hollow. E just dey empty, nothing dey inside. Davido relied on vibes. Seun dropped two liners with no punch at all for a whole Seun, a legend pikin, Fela pikin, and Odumodu, you know, now just dey coast, dey go, just dey cruise. Nothing really dey there now. So Regha called it lazy songwriting, as it is found in many Nigerian artists' writing. Very poor, and he's right. In a music space flooded with recycled sounds and empty lyrics, one will find most of these musicians don't sing the same thing, boom, 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 the same kind of crazy beats. Someone needs to hold artists accountable, because in the end we are paying, you know, and we are the ones pushing them to the global stage. There should not be an embarrassment to us when we are paying to buy this music. We go for concerts, we go for shows, and now we make them blow before they start to dey blow. So it's not hate, it's honest feedback. If anything at all, this Regha 1.5/10, e dey generous. So if you say na me, that beat, you know, deserved better verse. That beat deserved better verse. They just mess the beat up, put rubbish song on top there. That's it. But now let's look at this Daniel Regha too, who is always full of criticizing people. So Daniel Regha's criticism of Davido, Seun Kuti, and Odumodu, you know, smells of less constructive feedback and more like desperate cry for virality, because that thing looked like a clickbait. The moment he put it there, this song was trending, and then he put it there, boom, hit too, his tweets will trend. So dismissing Seun's delivery as nursery rhymes, man, this guy nagged them well, and rating the track just 1.5/10 to me comes like exaggeration, as if there is no insight at all. Yes, music is subjective, we all know that, but tearing down creativity without acknowledging the artistic blend of Afrobeat heritage and southeastern sound, you know, that was done, to me, which is a powerful innovation, feels lazy itself, as if Daniel Regha himself is lazy to appreciate that kind of, you know, experiment that was done, where he was also supposed to, you know, appreciate them. It is easy to sit behind a keyboard and slam legends and superstars, but it is harder to recognize experimentation and evolution in music. This could just be an evolution that people have brought about, Afrobeat and, you know, Southeast blends. You know, so critique is welcome, criticizing is welcome, but cheap shots disguised as honesty only will foil noise, only will bring about more noise, and in the end they may not grow. We should also try to embrace, you know, the Nigerian music industry. So as much as I agree with Daniel Regha that what he said to me was 100% right, I would have given them 1/10. I would also want to say that he should tone it down a bit, like saying that it sounds like a nursery rhyme and that secondary school children would have done better. To me, it's coming off as an insult, and it has a sour taste. So let me know your thoughts are in the comment section. I remain your boy Ernest Omosupe Adebayo Okoje. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. signing out. Peace.